Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel of chilled, relaxed plant content where we talk about our plants and we just try to grow them the best we can. So I have been MIA for a couple months. Last time, I think the last video I recorded was like the beginning of spring. I had just gotten some baby chicks. I still have all the chicks. They're now like almost like chickens. They're couple months old. They're outside. They're clucking away, happy. And we, the royal we, me, kind of ended up ignoring my plants for like 3 months. We had a lot of stuff going on. We put down flooring. We had the chickens. We just had a lot going on, and I didn't get to my plants. It just didn't happen. And I think I also like subconsciously wanted to get rid of some plants, but it's hard to do that. So if you just ignore them for a couple months and they die, then you don't have to throw them out, right? You don't have to tell them they gotta go. They're already gone. So yeah, I decreased my plants by a lot. Basically, these are all the Hoyas I have left. Out of like the whole like great drought of this year for my plants, my climbing philodendrons are completely fine. They went 3 months, no water. I don't think I lost one of those plants. I'm not gonna like go through them all. I'm still organizing things because things are all crazy. But yeah, basically like a month ago, I was like, all right, let me start doing something with my plants again. And I put them all outside as like a Hail Mary, see who survives, who doesn't. And plants that I did not think were going to survive really, like, they pulled through. All of my climbing philodendrons are doing great. There might be one plant that's like kind of iffy, I think, but it's still like green, it's still alive. Whether it makes it through winter, who knows. About maybe half of my Hoyas survived. So like the hardier Hoyas, the Hoyas that I really like anyway, the Hoyas that are like chill and don't really need a lot of water, had no problem. They're still going, they're growing. A couple of them are still like in shock because they went from not being watered at all to kind of like thrown outside where they're getting like sunshine, and then we had like torrential rain for it felt like ever. So then we went from like no water at all to a lot of water a lot of the time. It rained quite a bit. So that probably also helped like, some of the plants, croak or whatever. So all of the plants that I'm going to keep in my house are in the house. I still have all of my cactus and succulent outside. Right now, at the time of this recording, it is October, middle of October. It is starting to get cold at night, around like 50-ish, 40s, 50s. So I do have to get those plants inside. I think I'm going to put them in my garage because they're succulents. I don't usually water the succulents over the winter anyway. I kind of just like put a bunch of bright lights over them and wait until summer to bring them outside. But I'm going to do that, I think, with all of my succulents this year. Just because I had this room like jam-packed with plants, and it was cool, it was fun, whatever, but I don't know. I felt like I could use the space a little differently, so I also want to redo the floor in this room too, so I kind of had to like clear stuff out. We didn't redo the floor in here yet. I plan on doing it eventually. And I do still like plants. I still want some plants in my life, but I need plants that can like really be neglected. I don't want to have to like make it a chore to do my plant stuff. I don't want to have to do something every week or twice a week or whatever it is. I really, at my time in my life, I need like very low maintenance plants. So that's what basically all I have left, I think. I don't expect all of the plants to make it through the winter either. Because they've been through a lot. They really have, this past like month and a half, or a couple of months actually, being denied water for however long, and then thrown outside, and now they're in the house. So there's a lot of adjusting happening. I didn't turn on the heat yet in this room, so they're also kind of cold, but they're not too cold. Yeah, so I do think some of the Hoyas, there's probably a couple more Hoyas that are going to die over the winter, and that's fine. Like, we're moving on. I don't know how many plants I want to keep in my collection either. I do very much appreciate that all of my climbing philodendron have survived and are growing and all of that, but do I need, 20 climbing philodendron? I don't know. And then there are some plants that I do miss, and I'm kicking myself about not taking care of them, but it happened. It is what it is. And those are my begonias, which surprisingly, like, I think 5 or 6 of them, like, survived. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why, because they got no water. Like, they just like everybody else. Everybody was neglected. But yeah, so I have a couple of begonias still. I still, like, miss a couple of my other ones, but they're not, like, impossible to get again if I decide I want more begonias. But I think I really want to, like, cut down on my plants. Part of it is I can really only keep plants in this room because I have cats, dogs, kids are running around, the boyfriend's running around, and I prefer not to clean up messes if I can help it, or try to keep messes minimal, so I have to clean up less. And whenever I put plants out of this room or out of, like, a room where I can close the door, cats are knocking them over, kids knock them over, it's broken pots everywhere, dirt everywhere, leaves are getting ripped up because who knows why. So there's that. Another little update, I guess, is my fish tanks are still okay. I had plants put in there, and a lot of the plants did not make it. I don't know if the fish were just, like, going to town eating the plant roots or what. Some plants are in there. There's an Aglaonema that's, like, fully growing underwater right now. And the fish are fine, the plants are fine, so I'm just leaving it. It's just going to be left like that for now. Yeah, I eventually have to, like, clean out the plants because there's, like, some, like, debris at the bottom, like dead leaves and stuff. But the fish, like, rip it up and eat it, so I don't know. I just wait until it's, like, it looks like sand. Basically, it looks like the fish are done messing with it, and then I go in and, like, scoop it out. So, yeah. So the fish tank plants, a lot of those also didn't make it. This is, like, turning into a depressing video, but this is just, like, a quick update, where I've been, what I plan on doing. I do plan on redoing, like I said, the floor in here and kind of, like, setting up some plants in here. I don't know what number is, like, the magic number for me to have for plants. I don't think it was 300. 300 was cool. It was very cool to walk in here and just have plants all on the walls. It was very cool. It was very nice. But when things get busy, you don't have all that time to run in and, like, water plants. It does take a little bit of time, like an hour, 2 hours. And sometimes you really just don't have that time for whatever reason. Life is just keeping you really busy. So, I don't know. I'm going to see what succulents. I think, like, right now I'm, like, very grateful for my succulent plants because they, like, didn't even care, right? Because they're succulents. You can ignore them for half a year probably, and most of them will be fine. But they were outside earlier in the summer, and so they kind of just stayed out there. And I think most of those are going to be okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of, like, figuring out what it is I want to do with my plants and what I don't. And this is just turning into, like, a rambling type of video. Apologies, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. But with all of the plant loss, I have a lot of extra plant pots. And so what I can do and what I was thinking of doing is upgrading my Hoyas that are like really full, really bushy. I have pots now that I can put them in like a 6-inch pot and kind of like, you know, let them grow a little bit more. For the plants that are like maybe not as bushy, I might like combine with other Hoyas. Like I still have, I think 3 different varieties of Hoya carrii. I could put them all in one pot, you know, just to make it one less pot, make the pot fuller. And I think like all the Hoyas that I have left, like they all take the same care. Like none of them are going to be upset if I water it, you know, too much, too little, whatever. So that's what we're going to do, I think. I do plan on making a like updated plant collection tour. Just not today. We're not doing that today. This is just going to be me talking, me pointing and saying we're going to have some planty changes in this experience of YouTube. I don't know. I might also do some other types of videos just because I'm going to have less plants, hopefully less plant chores. I do like to do like outdoor stuff. And I might be interested in filming that. I don't really know. I do really want to get more, I want to focus more energy into gardening. That's just like what I want to do. I want to be able to grow, I don't know, like tomatoes and cucumbers, those things. I want to grow things that I'm going to actually eat. I like tomatoes. I like cucumbers. We'll definitely eat those. Vegetables, I don't know. I feel like I still have to start off really small and kind of then add maybe a different vegetable each season or something like that. If you have any recommendations on like what is like a nice, easy like starter garden to start. Like I want to do cucumbers and I want to do tomatoes. Those I definitely know I want to do. I like talked about doing an herb garden. I never got around to it. I know lettuce is supposed to be easy to grow. We'll see. I like broccoli, but I think, I'm not sure when you're supposed to like harvest or like plant broccoli. I like broccoli. I like Brussels sprouts. I like asparagus. I like peas. I like carrots. Like I eat a lot of vegetables, so it'd be cool if I could have like a vegetable garden. I need to like just do more research on that because I don't know how to do it. The things I've done in the past haven't worked, but I also think maybe I was splitting up my time too much, so maybe doing less indoor houseplant stuff will let me have more resources to devote towards like outdoor gardening. I don't know. I have like the winter to figure it out, I guess, because it's not a time to be gardening now anyway. So I guess let me know in the comments below any gardening tips or what you think is a good like garden starting point. I will do collection tours. So what I have left of my plants, I have Hoyas left. I have philodendrons, the climbing philodendrons. I have a couple of begonias, surprising enough. I have like an asparagus fern that's starting to grow back. I just have like that one. I think everything else, that's it. Those are the only types of plants I have left, other than my succulents and cactus. Those are outside, but I feel like we can group those all together anyway. I do have a lot of them, but they're like easy. They stay small for a long time. I don't know the names of like any of those. So I could do that. So we'll do a philodendron video, a Hoya video, a begonia, and random video. I'll throw the asparagus fern in with the begonias. And then maybe 1 or 2 succulent videos. Maybe I'll split up the cactus and like the succulents because I do have a lot. So, yeah. I I guess that's gonna be it for this video. I apologize. It's been like 15 minutes of me just rambling. But hopefully I can get my stuff together and we can just like make videos more often, and I can get things I want to get done so that I have space and time to film. Alrighty guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming back. I appreciate everybody who did respond to like my lost videos that I just posted up. I forgot I had recorded them and edited them, so I just posted them. Thanks for like commenting and asking where I was. I'm still here. I'm okay. But I've just been really busy. So yeah. Let me know which collection video you want to see first. And until next time, relax, plant, peace out.